Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Dialogues from the President's Corner featuring Dr. Czarda, President of Greensboro College, as well as our special guest today, Rodney Allen, coordinator of North Carolina Governor's School. So, how are you both doing today? It's early
Doing
February day.
doing well, doing well. A nice, crisp, clear day.
A beautiful day.
I wish it could be a little bit more snowy, but who can complain?
Been a couple years.
Well, it's been far too long. So, today we wanted to talk about the new partnership between Greensboro College and the North Carolina Governor's School. So, Dr. Czarda, can you provide a little bit of the overview about the partnership between the college and the Governor's School?
Yeah, I'll defer to Rodney to talk about the history of the governor's school, which is fascinating and very rich. But we got involved just a few months ago when the governor's school was looking for a new site for a campus in the western part of the state. We were began a conversation, and I would say clicked together about as quickly as any partnership I've seen in a while. It just simply makes great sense for Greensboro College to be the host. And of course, again, I'll defer to Rodney why it would work here. But when the governor's school is on campus, they will have the great advantage, at least from my perspective, of having the entire campus.
So, Rodney, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and like the history of like the Governor's School?
Certainly. Well, I'm thrilled to be here at Greensboro College, and we're excited about this new partnership. I have been at many levels of the Governor's School. I was a student at the Governor's School. In high school, attended for choral music. I was an English teacher for over 20 years in a high school in Winston-Salem. And during that time, I was able to work at the Governor's School as a teacher, as a counselor, as the dean of students, then the site director, and now as the coordinator of the program for the state. And so I feel passionately about the Governor's School. I believe in it. I'm a product of it. And I think it is something that benefits the students greatly. As far as the larger history of the Governor's School, we just celebrated our 60th year.
Oh, congratulations.
We are the oldest Governor's School in the nation. We were the first of its kind. And it's a summer residential program for gifted students who are high achieving. And those students come and are there for 4 weeks and they apply. There's a statewide application process. And the way it is structured, we try to make sure that we have students from every school district in the state represented. And they really are an amazing group of students that come each year. And in 1963, the idea was to bring our gifted students and to challenge them beyond what they would traditionally get, not as any negative towards the schools they were attending, but more as an enrichment, as something that they could build on, and to ask them to dig deeper and look beyond. The other thing was to get them to focus on new ideas, which of course in 1963 was 20th century ideas, but of course now it's 21st century ideas, and get them to be aware of what's going on in the world around them and deal with those ideas and thoughts. And then also we want to create a learning environment where everyone's excited about learning and sort of rekindling that love of learning that students have when they're very young, and let them know that that's exciting. We have no tests, no grades, no class rank. It's a place where we just want them to have the flexibility to learn and grow in their discipline. And we have interdisciplinary classes to help them interact with everyone on campus.
Okay. I mean, I'm really curious about the Governor's School just because I'm not a native of North Carolina, so I'm not too familiar with its history. Is it like the only one in the country, or only a handful of you in the
There are
country?
actually some all over the nation. I've heard of as many as 30 some
Mhm.
from time to time, given various budgets of different states. From time to time, that can fluctuate. I was very proud recently to be looking at some different governor's school programs around the country and see that one state, and I will not say which state because I'm not 100% certain I remember correctly, but
Yeah.
that they were founded based on the ideas of the North Carolina Governor's School. And so, there is a great tradition there that was there long before I attended as a student that we are really building on. And I think it's something North Carolina can be proud of, that we've provided for our students for, going into our seventh decade. And you know, we've had a United States Attorney General. We've had, an Oscar winner a couple of years ago had attended the governor's school. We've had, people in business and politics, not to mention the many teachers, educators, community leaders that have come through. So I think it's a beautiful program, and I'm really excited for the folks at Greensboro College to get to witness this and be a part of it.
I know you talked a little earlier about like it's more like an enrichment. Do you want to talk about like I guess like the curriculum and program? Does it look like a typical like day in a high school?
So that's a great question. So the students are living here, so that makes it a little bit different. Because of that, we really hope the governor's school is a place where learning doesn't stop at the classroom door. We hope that kids are, if we're doing our job, we will give them interesting ideas that they will talk about in the cafeteria, in their dorm rooms, in their hallways, on the playing fields. And, because it's not dictated by any sort of finite exam or test or whatever, it's ongoing and growing. So for students, they come, they live here, they attend classes. Class schedules can vary, but generally between 9 a.m. and 3:15 or 4. And then they have optional events in the afternoons. Thanks to Greensboro College, they'll have the ability to do other things around campus with access to facilities that on your beautiful campus. And but we have 5 areas in the arts and 5 areas in academics. So we have performances, we have presentations, we have guest speakers. We try to keep the students busy and engaged. We also try and listen to our students. So, you know, within classes, hearing what students are interested in. If there's something that our instructors propose that seems to really grab students, they may spend more time on that because they're not tied to a specific thing. We're in the midst of hiring folks who want to work with Governor School. And one
Mhm.
of the things I love to tell them is when you come to the Governor School, if you're hired to teach a particular subject, we certainly have rules and parameters. But within that, we want you to speak to your passions and your strengths and your area of focus so that the students can get the best of you. And because we believe that instructors who are passionate and care about what they're teaching are much more likely to connect with students. The other beautiful part is they do have classes where they step out of their designated area, which can be, something like math or science or choral music. And then they're in classes where they're with people from all the other disciplines. So they get to share ideas. And what we're really trying to build is a community where people are listening, right?
Yeah.
We think that's an undervalued skill in our society. And we want students, to understand it's perfectly fine to disagree. We all disagree from time to time, but to listen and understand that even though I disagree with you, I can learn from you and I can grow. That's something that we see happening. And part of that is I had a good friend who went to Governor School who said, yeah, classes are great, all that's good. But really, just putting me together with 399 other kids for 4 weeks who were really bright was the key.
So, Dr. Czarda, I mean, since we've been here over the summer this year is going to look a lot different. Can you talk a little bit about how, like, the governor's school will be kind of utilizing some of the spaces that Rodney's talked about?
Yes, and again, as I said earlier, I think one of the advantages in this partnership for the governor's school is the fact that they will have the entire campus. Not that we're not doing anything else during the summer, but over the last couple of years, just as a natural phenomenon, our faculty have chosen to put most of their courses online during the summer, and that not, doesn't affect the governor's school. In addition, we have occasionally had some summer camps on campus, elementary, middle school, high school, but not so much that we really utilize the entire campus. In terms of why this fits so well from my perspective is what Rodney just described in terms of the way they hope the whole thing emerges is what we hope happens at Greensboro College. I mean, we still are very much grounded in the traditional liberal arts, and what you were just describing is very much a hallmark of the liberal arts. I'd also say that, again, in partnership with the Governor's School taking the lead, they've made it clear that our faculty and some staff are welcome to participate in whatever way might make sense. And after a recent meeting, the dean of the faculty and I were talking, and we're already designing a potential panel discussion on the upcoming presidential election, which the Governor's School students, I hope, will find fascinating.
That does sound very interesting. I'm looking forward to that. My final question is addressed to both of you. Can you talk a little bit about like the impact this partnership will have? I know with Dr. Zard, I guess like in terms of not just the college, but just I guess the city of Greensboro.
Yeah, this is the first, even though it is 60 years and it has been in the triad before, this is the first time the Governor's School will be in Greensboro. And both parties have said, of course, we have to do this first year, but we hope it evolves into a long term partnership. And that has happened elsewhere. Governor's School East is at Meredith College, where it's been for decades and it's worked quite well there. Those who know that we're doing this, especially within the educational community, kind of broadly, are very excited. I mean, to have this in Greensboro is really a positive. And in addition, for the college, it also will get our name out there. Even though we're 185 years old, we're a small private college and we have the same name as the city, so it's not unique. It will get our name out in ways that we couldn't otherwise. Even if perhaps few of the governor's school students ever really come to Greensboro College, their brothers, their sisters, their parents, their teammates will know about Greensboro College in a different way.
And I think from the Governor School's perspective, over the last really, it's hard to believe, but it's just been a couple of months since we started this partnership. Just learning about Greensboro College and your generosity with the space and willingness to let us occupy your campus during the summer and utilize the facilities is a beautiful thing. But also the excitement I see from the folks at Greensboro College, and I will say for myself, it's been a joy now having been on the campus a few times just to get to know more about Greensboro College. And I was able to bring some of our staff from DPI over here earlier this week and just hear them excited about, I didn't know this about Greensboro College, or like I hadn't been on this campus before. And I feel like, I mean, our first priority is to give the students who come the best experience possible. That's what this partnership is about. But I think second to that, we are doing a service to these students to show them another option that they may not have been aware of.
Mhm.
Students in Greensboro may know Greensboro College, but students in other parts of the state may not be as familiar. And I think having an opportunity to be on this campus, have a good experience, is a situation I think that can benefit everyone. And I will echo what you said. We are hoping this is a long-term partnership. I'm really thrilled to hear that you're already talking to your faculty about a panel about the election. I think that'd be just amazing. So, we couldn't be more excited to partner with Greensboro College.
Thank you, Rodney, and thank you again, Dr. Czarda, for joining us today. I guess on my last question, I guess is the most important question of the day. So, who do you think's going to win the Super Bowl this weekend?
Dr. Czarda, I'll defer to you.
I think it's going to be a great game. I don't have a horse in this race, as they say, but I believe that it's hard to go against Patrick Mahomes anytime, anywhere. I'm going to root for the 49ers.
I had Christian McCaffrey on my fantasy team this year. He led me to victory. So I will just enjoy the game and the snacks and the commercials. But if I had to pick, I would probably lean towards the Chiefs because of experience.
Yeah, I feel the same way with Patrick Mahomes. So yeah, I'm looking forward to like the hard hitting questions we ask here on this podcast show. So thank you all for watching, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you.